Hey guys, how you doing? This is Chef Mick here. This is mini episode number 1, a mini-sode number 1, November 1st, 2011. We're going to post these as often as we can. Today, we're going to show a little bit of baking as we're going to make an empanada dough. I'm going to use the empanadas for tomorrow. I've got to fill them with stuff. I'm not going to show you any of that. I'm just going to show you how to throw the dough together, how to roll it out, how to get to it. The filling is up to you. My fillings, I'll do a pumpkin one, so I'm going to use some pumpkin pie filling. I'll mix it with something nice just to change the taste a little bit. I'm also going to do one, I've got some canned chicken. You know, the chicken breast in a can. I'm going to cut up some jalapenos into it, some tomatoes. I'm going to heat it up, and then I'm going to fill the empanadas with that. See, the empanadas can be savory or sweet. Either way, this is the dough you want. I'm going to show you how to take care of it. Let's get back. I'm going to move my camera, and you can see my thumb, and now you can see my workstation. Alright, here's my bowl. You need water, but you don't need a lot of it. So I have some water standing by. You need some shortening. But also, I do things differently, so I'm going to use some butter also. This is Smart Balance Spread. I don't get paid by anybody, so don't worry about it. And we need some flour and some salt. Now, you're going to say, well, you know, do you have an amount of flour that you normally use? I'm going to tell you no, because I always make it for different amounts and different sizes, so we're going to eyeball this today, guys. Okay, we're going to eyeball this. We're going to do a couple of cups right here. It's not a lot of flour, you can see. That's good. It's a good amount. Remember, we don't want too much salt in here. You don't want the salt coming out, but the salt is helpful in it. A couple of pinches right there. Now, here's the deal that I like. I'll always throw in some shortening, but I'll never use the amount asked for on the recipe. In shortening, I'll always cut it with some butter. Okay, that way there's a buttery flavor to the bread. Same amount, like go half and half. There's a buttery flavor to it, and it works out better that way. You're supposed to use a pastry dough cutter thing that mixes things in, or you get 2 knives and you cut it up like this with the knife and stuff. So I have 1 knife available to me for some reason. So we're gonna cut this up real quick. Just gonna cut it up real quick. And what this is doing is, as you're cutting it, I really need to go find my other knife. As you're cutting it, you're actually having it pick up the flour and the salt, and we're cutting the butter. Here you go, 2 butter knives like this, and this is all the pastry dough, you know, cutter is. You can hear it. I know you can hear it. And then we're making into these really small. Move that flour around, guys, and then keep cutting. And it's going to come into these, what they call those little pea-sized balls. That's what we want, like a little green pea. Okay, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. Excuse me if you think I was, you know, touching a personal base there. I didn't mean to. Now, okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to cut it down, 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 cut it down. Cut it down, 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 cut. There you go, that looks good. We did some good cutting. I'm sure we can do some more. Cut as long as you want. Let me show you what it looks. See, a little. Let me see, where is it? There it is, a little pea-sized ball right there. Beautiful. Then, we don't want a lot of water, just enough water to make this into a dough. So, we're not, you know, we're going to take it easy and add the water slowly and just mix it all together. Okay, we don't have to add all the water at once. The less water you add, the better off you are. If you add too much water, you're going to have to throw in some more flour, some more butter, whatever it is to help make up. You see that mess I just made? Isn't that funny? I hope you guys took off your rings. I'm sorry I forgot to tell you about that. I hope you have your hats and your jackets on and your aprons on. A little bit more water for my friend here. And boom, boom, boom. Now Now it's getting to be a dough. Dough, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Yes, I know the song. Anyway, so now we're making it into a dough. Remember, what did I tell you? Be careful on that water, guys. We don't want to put too much water in. If you use too much water, then you're going to have to add some more flour or something to make this dough actually bind together. It looks like we've done really well on the on the water though. So we're doing well. Now, this is a rush job because this is my mini episode. I'm going to have to do this again later on today because I'm making a bunch of empanadas, not just 1 or 2 dozen here. And this will probably make 1 dozen right here. Okay, so let's do a little, make sure it all comes together, binds together really nice. There we go. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Let's bind it all together. Come on. Da, da, da. And the best part about this one, look, I'll just wet my hand a little bit. The best part about this one, I can actually smell the butter that's in there, which means we're going to have some good butter flavor to this thing. And the butter flavor doesn't hurt whether it's sweet or savory. You can add it on either way. Alright, so look at this, guys. Now, let's move this out of the way. Look at this. Look at my beautiful, beautiful ball of dough. Okay? So, now what do we do? Well, let's flour our surface. Okay, a little bit of flour on our surface so we can roll this out. Now, you can roll it out the whole thing or you can cut the ball in half. Okay, put this aside and let's just roll out half of it and try to make this a little thinner than we normally would. Okay, now, because you're not working with yeast here, this is more like an unleavened bread, this is more of a flatbread type of thing, then it's okay to use, it is okay to use a roller and roll it out. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to roll it out with a roller. Now we're going to turn a little bit. Oh yeah, and we're trying to get it flat. And if you have some sticking to your roller, you know, go ahead and put a little flour on top and let the roller roll over it easily. There you go. We're trying to get it flat and beautiful. Look at this. You see how thin that was? Huh? Yes, that's right. Okay, let's roll it out again. Let's roll it out again. Even thinner. Even thinner. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you don't have a round cookie cutter, okay, because these things need to start off round. If you don't have one, get a cup. Whichever size you want, bigger or small. This is a good size to make a medium size handheld empanada. If you need it bigger, that's fine. If you want it smaller, that's fine. Let's just cut a couple of these. There's 3 of them. Alright. So, now we got 3 rounds. Very nice. You fill it with filling, and I don't know what you're going to use. You flip it over. You pinch the sides together any way you want. And cover them in egg wash or butter on top and throw them in the oven. 350. Let's bake them for about 10 minutes and see how they're going to do. We don't want to go longer. And that's how you make an empanada, guys. Alright. Alright. Mini webisode 1. Thank you all for watching. Remember, if you know how to cook, you can marry for looks. Tell your friends, tell your family. Let's go.